What's up guys, Rhen here with another Pixel Starships guide. Today we're going to be talking all about crew and what kind of crew you should be shooting to get in the beginning of the game. So let's get into it. Okay, so what crew should you be trying to get with these gas straws? Well, take a look at this table. This table is provided from our friends at the Trek Federation Alliance, and it shows basically what are the good 3-star crews that you're trying to get when you do these gas draws. So you can see the stats listed in terms of HP, attack, and repair values, just like we talked about. You can see what the special ability is, and then you can see the boosting stats over on the right-hand side, as well as the walk speed and the run speed. So, depending on which role we're trying to fill, different sets of these crew would be combined together to fill out your ship. Now, there's a lot of other 2-star and 3-star crews that you can get through the gas draws, but those typically aren't really worth keeping. So what you'll do is you'll draw a crew. If it's not one of these or not one of the ones you're looking for, you just fire it, or you can drag it into space and airlock it, and then you'll be ready to draw some more crew. There's a limit to how many you can draw every day, so it may take you a few days of draws to try to get exactly the ones that you want. Or if you have bad luck, like me, it could take you like more than a week. So there's a lot of options here. Which ones should you go for? Well, at the beginning, you may not know what your focus is going to be later in the game. We'll give you some examples of 2 commonly used strategies of either a gunship strategy or the teleporter strategy. Okay, we're going to give some ranges here in terms of the number of crew, because depending on which level of ship you are and which extra bedrooms you have laying around, you may be able to hold more crew on your ship or less crew on your ship. So, if you're a gunship, you're going to want to focus on crew with the weapon stat. And the best 2, in my opinion, are these 2 at the very top with stars on them, Alien McAlien Face and Miss McAlien Face. Check out the weapon stat, it's the highest out of anything on the table, 19. Also check out their walk speed of 2. That means by default, they walk as fast as most of the other crew in the game can run. So they're super mobile. They have the Rush Command special ability, so you could have them start in one room, rush it to charge faster, and then they can run quickly to another room where they're stationed and boost a weapon to blow up your opponent faster. So if I were building a gunship, I would try to get as many of these Alien McAlien Face? Anyway, I would try to get as many of these as I could. If you can get 4 to 6 of these, you should be in pretty good shape. As my second choice, I would be willing to probably accept a couple of either these Visiri Captains or the Varunas. If I had my druthers, I would pick 4 or 5 McAlien Faces and maybe 1 Varunas with the Healing Rain ability to stick in there and maybe heal some other gunners. Even if you're a gunship, you're going to need some repair crew, and it's probably a good idea to have some science crew to man your shields, because science is the stat that boosts shield recharge rate. So, my favorite pick for that purpose would be the Grey Virtuoso. Take a look at the science stat of 19. That's the highest you'll find in any 3-star crew. In addition, he's got a great repair skill and decent HP and good ability on the Healing Rain, which means he'll heal himself whenever you tell him to. So all that said, he makes a great science crew, he makes a great repairer. I would try to get 3 to 4 of him. If you can't get him, these other 4 listed below, the Male Nurse, Fed Medic, First Mate, and Guitarian Healer, those are all decent alternatives. Not quite as good on the science stat for sure, and not quite as good on the repairing. But they're a decent alternative if you can't quite get the ones that you want. Finally, if you're looking for an anti-boarder, there's really not very many good anti-boarders. Good game. You could use something like the Grey Virtuoso, but if you do happen to get this bottom crew called Ardent Star Huntress, she's actually a pretty decent anti-boarder for very early in the game. You'll notice the speed over on the right says a walk speed of 1 and a run speed of 3, which means she can run around your ship really fast to get to places where the enemy boarders are. She has the critical strike ability, which means she can instantly do, 6? Yeah, she can instantly do 6 damage to them whenever she uses her ability, which can help her defeat the enemy crew. So overall, that would be my plan for an example low-level gunship. What I would do is I would start out with a solid base of 3-star crew, based on what we just talked about. And as we're leveled up, you'll get access to better 4-star and 5-star crew, and you can slowly start replacing these as needed. Now, let's take a look at the teleport strategy. If you're a teleport strategy, that means you're going to be sending boarders onto the enemy ship to try to blow their stuff up. So again, we talked about for boarders, things that are going to be important are going to be HP, attack, and special abilities. So the one 3-star crew that has the best combination of these is going to be the zombie or the zombie. It has the best combination of HP, attack stat, and the special ability of poison gas, which damages everybody in the room. So I would basically do gas draws to try to get a bunch of these zombies, and those would be my borders. Even if you're a teleport ship, you still do need some crew on your own ship to help repair things, so I would probably try to get some Grey Virtuosos. The bonus of that is that with their high science stat is also the stat that makes your teleport load faster. So I would stick a couple Grey Virtuosos in my teleport room, have them charge up my teleport to send my zombies over the enemies faster, and then after my zombies are over, my Grey Virtuosos are still useful because they can run around and repair my own ship as needed. The other thing I'll mention is that in addition to zombies, when you get a little bit closer to mid-game, you'll start to see more of these Ardent crews. So you see a 3-star here, there's an Ardent Star Huntress. There's also a 2-star crew. The 2-star crew is called the Ardent Star Dancer. So as a starting point, it's probably not as good because it dances instead of hunting. But if you have 3 distinct Ardent crew on your ship at the same time, they get the Ardent perk, which we'll talk about in a second. That's going to be pretty good for helping you with your boarding. So all that is to say, she's not going to be the best right away, but hang on to this Ardent Star Huntress if you get her, because she's going to be pretty good later on, and also hang on to the Ardent Star Dancer if you get her. She's only a 2-star, but she's key to getting that perk. Okay, so the other thing that can be useful using the teleport strategy is these rushers. So again, the Alien McAlien face and the Miss Alien face can actually be pretty useful because they have the rush ability. So say you have a couple of these starting on your teleport, they can use their rush ability to make your teleport ready to send over almost right away for your first border. That'll give you a jump start, and then after that your teleport can just charge up like normal. Alright guys, the very last thing we're going to talk about today is going to be crew collections. You can click on this trophy icon, come over here to this little guy icon, person icon, click on the word collections, and you'll see a list of all the crew collections. So what is a collection? It's a group of crew that if you use enough of them together in a ship at one time will give you a bonus. So you can click on a particular one, you can click on these little crew down here, these are all the ones in the collection. It'll show you little outlines for ones you don't have, it'll show you filled in for ones you do have. You can click on the perks, you can see this is the perk that you'll get if you have these crew working together on your ship. So this vampirism makes them, convert damage dealt into their own HP. That's pretty good. You can kind of scroll through here. In the end, these don't end up being super important except for the Ardent. The Ardent perk is one that you see quite often, and it's important for boarders because it helps you avoid the enemy's mines that they often put in their reactors. So here's the Ardent Star Dancer that we talked about. She's the 2-star crew. So if you have her and the 3-star and maybe a 4-star like the Ardent Templar, any 3 of these together will give you that perk. You can also click on any of your crew on your ship and actually let's pick out let's do Lilith here. Okay, so just click on any of your crew and you can see on the cruise page it shows you which collection it's in, and then you can also see from that page which other crew are needed to get that perk, and it tells you what the perk is. Alright guys, so this sums up our introduction to crew. With a little bit of patience and a little bit of luck, you can fill out your ship with a nice set of cheap 3-star crew from the gas draws, do your $1 draw for a guaranteed 5-star, and you're off to the races, ready to progress through the game, replacing this 3-star crew with better crew as it becomes available. Don't neglect your crew, make sure you level them up because as we saw, they're one of the pillars of the game and they're very important, so if you treat your crew nicely, you'll win more battles. Alright guys, so if you've watched any of my Pixel Starships videos, you know how critical it is to join a good fleet and a good fleet alliance. So if you're looking for a home in Pixel Starships, the Trek Alliance is a top-tier alliance featuring the Trek Federation, which has been one of the top 3 fleets in the world for the past 3 years. This is a place where some of the top players in the game will help teach you about strategy and game mechanics, helping to improve your experience and help your ship get stronger. Whether you're brand new to the game or whether you're Division A superstar, the Trek Alliance has a fleet that's right for you. So if you want to make some new friends or get better at this game, come check out our public Discord at bit.ly/Trek Federation.